Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. The following video was taken as part of stream. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. So yeah, we're going to be testing out some different champions. I have something potentially special to show off later, but let's get right into it. So we're going to try the Starfire Spellblade on Darius. We're going to pair that with Spectral Scissors and the Vi Relic. So what we're trying to do is with the Spectral Scissors, he's going to be baseline a 8 power. So he just needs to win essentially 2 adventures or 2 battles to get to 10 power from the Spellblade. And then when we do that, every time we drop him, he'll be baseline 10. He should be able to trigger the cease and desist. So this will be interesting. That being said, we're having nothing here that's going to give us some cost reduction or extra mana. So normally by the time we could play Darius, the game might already be decided. So we'll see. Did you make a good build for Jhin? We've done some builds for Jhin, but normally his yeah, we did this one, which was fine if you want to go for the more control focused route, and it was fun. It was a little bit more engaging than the Gatebreaker and Riptide build. But I think the Gatebreaker Riptide build is just better, generally. Are there any good nightmares this week? Grant 2 units in all players deck 1/1. I feel this on someone. The foe gets a mana gem. Foe is the attack token, summon Encroaching Mist. Foe plays a unit, shrink its power to 0, double its health, granted formidable. Misbegotten players created cards cost 3 more. As Darius, you don't really create too many cards generally. I don't necessarily think this is going to be that good of a build, but I think we might try it here just to have a good test run for it. There's a lot of cool characters so far, some of them not being playable. I just met Pompeii, the current overlord of the Outer Ring. His design is so cool, very well dressed, gruff, aging biker man. Some scars, and I like his jacket. Nice. Yeah, the Genshin Hoyoverse games always do character development or character design really, really well. All right, let's go ahead and see how we can do here. I am interested. I haven't actually used the Kale Relic on anyone other than Kale. New student. Wouldn't be bad just to have a unit to immediately attack. So that's something. Reduce the cost of spells in hand by 1. That could be okay as well. We have 7 rerolls though. Let's maybe try something a little bit more impactful. Spells cost 1 less. Inheritance, Powder Monkey. All of these are actually very good. I think we'll go for the Inheritance because that could be pretty crazy for Darius. Let's go for Kelp Maidens. Potentially by the time we drop him, he'll have a whole bunch of extra power and he'll just absolutely annihilate. We need to turn down our speed. I think we have it on ×4. Yep, let's drop that to ×3. This is fine. Let's drop this one first. Then we can drop the Affectionate Poro. I think let's drag this one aside and just try to get some good damage down. Oh, he's nade cost. That's not the best. Let's try to drop. Well, they're going to attack. I was gonna say drop Thorn of the Rose so we could play the Guile. Sure, let's drop this for the extra draw. Because yeah, they're just gonna be attacking right away. I think I want to keep this unit alive. Ooh, that unit is very big. We will try to drop it, although they might just immediately kill her. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, sadly. Sure, let's kill that unit just to get rid of a blocker. Well, that is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and attack like this. So we have not got our rally off a single time, which is sad. All right, we can drop our Darius. He'll be able to do a decent amount of damage. Granted, he will potentially immediately die, because he's going to challenge that unit. That unit's going to have more health. Although by playing him, will we get a rally? He's going to get 4 extra power, and I think we have to hit 15 for the rally. Yeah. So I think we'll hold off. We'll potentially drop Darius maybe next round. That's a massive unit. Let's actually just Guile. We don't want that Kelp Maiden attacking because they're actually have a pretty big attack. We can drop this one right here. Sure. I want to be able to kill their unit. And he is super expensive now. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and... Actually, I guess since we're not playing Darius, yeah, it doesn't really make sense to wait. All right, so this will probably end, but if not, we're going to get a rally. All right, there we go. We make it through, but especially for a 6-star champion, not the best. Let's go for the Ballista. I like the Ballista a lot. And support champion. Yeah, I think Darius is solid, but for a 6-star, he's a little rough. Ezreal, Akshan. Him having elusive is actually pretty solid. Ezreal has a capture. Do we care about Ezreal's other effects? I mean, having extra draw is not bad. We are a deck that can run out of cards. Sure, we can go for Ezreal, I suppose. Solitary Monk or Shop. Let's go for the Shop, so Savage Reckoner. Let's give it the True Shot, but we'll hold on to the rest. They're all relatively solid. Just notice Caesar's wears only 1 of 4 sleeves. Guess wearing the entire tight leather biker jacket on a metal prosthetic arm isn't comfortable. Let's drop the Iron Ballista. It is quite good. That is a very big and scary unit. Let's get rid of that one.
I have my orders.
Let's drop this one right here. And sure, we can just sacrifice that one since we don't really care about it. Let's try to go for Thorn of the Rose. It's always a little worrying that we're gonna just die. Let's go ahead and attack here. So that one can kill that there. Let's drag some of these aside. This will give us a rally and another unit. And this one's, yeah, deals damage to the enemy nexus equal to half its health rounded up. So that's pretty crazy. So let's again drag some of these ones aside, and then that should be game. Cool. GG. Hello, Carthians. The Doom Dark Ages looks DLC from the main game. Yeah. It was nice to be able to get through all of that in just 2 days. I'm kind of working on a script that we might do a video talking about all the different Doom games, but we'll see. Have to make sure I'm kind of inspired for that. Stun's not bad, but I like, yeah, nice cheap house spider. All right, so we have now won 2 battles, which means when we drop Darius, he should be able to immediately attack. The issue is getting to the point of the game where we can drop him, since he is pretty expensive. Stabilize actually isn't great, because we have Ezreal with Iceborne Gauntlet. It means that whatever he captures, he's going to immediately release. So that's actually somewhat bad, which is a little unfortunate. Let's do a reroll. Spells and skills deal 2 extra damage. Like, we have some spells. I think we'll go for it, but it's not really the best for us, to be honest. Thermal Beam could actually be okay, but I think we're fine. Let's go for Aristocrat. So this is the 6-star Nightmare. And we're trying to do a interesting, honestly probably pretty bad Darius build. But I at least wanted to test it out. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, they're able to get the Formidable. We should probably kill that unit. We could capture it right away. Sure.
Time for a true display of skill.
The grateful are you noticed you.
Let's, I think, drop... Well, if we drop this and kill that unit, we won't play any units this round, which can be an issue. Still, I think it's probably worth it.
That's so cool.
And let's drop this again. If we can just, yeah. Oh my word. Try to reduce down the units they have. This unit's dying at the end of the round anyways. Alright, let's go for Iron Ballista. And let's try to kill that unit. This will give us, yeah, the rally. So we can go ahead and attack again. Yeah. Since we're generating units, having some units that are just going to die is kind of fine. If we play the Aporo, won't quite die. Ezreal's going to die, though. This does actually do decent damage, but I think let's drop this here for blockers.
Come here, handsome.
Hello, dear. What have you got us into now?
Same for this one. And we can drop this one right here. So a lot of these units are dying next round anyways because of the attack effect or the 1 damage to everything. But
Are you quite done?
whoever dies here is actually going to be totally fine. Because all these units dying is going into our hand, and there's a 50% chance it hits Darius. I think let's attack right here, get some damage down, and then we'll drop Darius. He'll be strong enough to give us our rally. Well, that's fortunate. Alright, GG. Hello, Tora. Can't hear anything because I'm in a public space. I came to chill. Well, welcome. Is Akshan 6-star good without his relic? I think in general, yes, it's good. You can get... It's better if you can have his relic and you can try to trigger those landmarks a bunch of times. To be honest, though, I think he's probably one of those champions that if you keep him at 5 stars, he's probably still going to be very, very strong. For glory, reputation that costs 3 less, summon 2 glory seekers. That actually sounds pretty good. Let's grab that. And let's go for the shop. Dice, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. That's not bad. Let's see what the power is. This is going to cost a bunch because the modifier for this adventure is created cards cost like 3 more. So this actually is not really greatest. Sure, I'm fine with our spells being a bit cheaper. And yeah, we have... Do we want to start the game? Sure. Let's see. What do we want to cut? Cutting spells now isn't as valuable, which means we just have our units. We kind of like our units, actually. Yeah, I think we're actually kind of fine. Let's go for Elise.
Strand by silken strand.
Yeah, so far this build hasn't really been the greatest. Let's... Actually, this is fine, yeah. Yeah, we're playing Darius. We're testing a build. We're trying to see if we can get the Kale relic to be worth it on anyone other than Kale. And I don't really think it's worth it with Darius, because while we can trigger his effect to be able to drop him a lot, or make sure we get like the cease and desist, the fact that it still takes so long to play him is the main issue. Let's pass and see what they play.
Weak-willed.
Let's try to drop the Iron Ballista.
If only those suitors were as lovely as you.
'Cause, yeah, we're trying to just get some kills down. So this is going to do 3 to multiple units. So we could go ahead and kill... Well, if we kill anything... Yeah, these are both a fast speed. I think I'll wait until they attack, because we don't want to kill them, and then they can play the Elise spell and generate a bunch more units. Also, well, I guess they won't be able to attack with a full board, so they'll still get their Arachnoid Horror. Yeah, I think we'll just pass and see what they do.
I know.
Yeah,
just
Elise isn't
the
great.
place.
Alright, they are about to attack. This unit won't be able to block. This unit won't be able to block. But this is probably still worth it. Although having a unit that can block Elise would actually be pretty solid. Sure.
You won't suffer long.
Oh, interesting. Alright, so we'll drop that one right there. And we can go for a static shock and kill both of these. Just trying to reduce down some of the damage we're taking. Hail to get Darius to Threshold of Vi. Yes. Granted, you can't really hear me, but yeah. Alright, that's a lot of damage. Let's try to play the Assessor.
I'll do it myself.
I guess this one, anything can kill this unit, which isn't necessarily great. Sure, let's attack like this. And let's kill that unit right there. Although I suppose what we actually could do is keep this unit alive so they can work for the rally to give us a bunch of extra damage. That'd actually probably be the smarter thing to do.
I'll show you how it's done.
Sure, we can drop this.
Watch, learn.
And then once again attack right here. Pretty much anything will be able to kill this unit, but that's fine because we're still getting
Stay a
a
while.
good amount of damage down. And now we can drop Darius, and he can try to end. So it's like it is a good finisher if you're getting to the point of the game where you can actually play him. Imagine having your subordinate undermine you because he's ambitious. Asshole doesn't care about the outer ring. Poor Pompey. Hope he's fine. I don't really want cost increase for either of these. Also, because they're such different costs, we're probably not going to be able to get any stat relics. So I think we'll just go for the Deathless, I suppose, for Darius. Let's go for Shared Mana Flow. Us getting extra mana will be helpful. Also helps ramp up our 6-star a little bit better. We can go for Puff Cap Pup. Does big guns work on Talia? I mean, it should. Yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't. This is fine. I have a stupid amount of Runeterra Duck Feet. I have 3 champs with 4 and 5 stars, 2 more with 4 stars. That's like 140 Duck Feet spent. Also have 30 still, plus the Battle Pass Gold Star Vessel that I didn't open yet. Yeah, I have the same issue with Bilgewater. Let's try to pass, see what they play first. I'll try to go for the Iron Ballista. Sure, we can have another unit attack. So we can play this right here. I think let's go for just a house fighter right here. Just have a blocker. I guess this unit's gonna get stunned kind of regardless. We want to keep some units that would be able to attack. Also, we do have our Darius. Attacking like this will trigger our rally. So let's maybe attack with just these. It won't trigger our rally. When we drop our Darius, he can then trigger it. Do we want to get rid of that unit? Fine. So now we'll drop Darius. Got our rally going. And now we can attack like this. And GG. Nice. Yeah, right now I'm leaning towards this not really being worth it. Let's go for the Iron Ballista. That'll be nice. 150 Freljord ones just chilling right now. It always happens when you just get a ton for certain regions. Alright, more upgrades for our Iron Ballista. This will normally be free. I think that's pretty good. Also, just getting more copies of it is quite nice. The Guillotine, the other copies are going to cost more, so this actually doesn't really help. Go Hard, again, the extra copies will cost more, but it's still a decent spell. Each round, the first time you spend mana on a spell, spawn equal to its cost. Sure, we can try to go a little bit more for spells. Let's head up here then. So we have Unscarred Reaver. Let's get rid of the Grenadier, because we know we're going to get him. Let's pass and see if they play something. Alright, that is a pretty big unit. Let's drop Ezreal and grab him. It's another very large unit.
I don't miss.
Sure, let's go ahead and attack right here. That's handy. I think let's try to play this, and that's going to completely fill up our board with units, which can be okay. Hopefully they attack. Yes. All right, so we'll just sacrifice some of these here. Let's go ahead and play this to reduce that one down. Sure. We're trying to target the one that has the overwhelm. So the Iron Ballista is good, but the issue is then we won't have a unit over here to play. I think let's go ahead and attack. And then we can go ahead and attack again, doing some decent damage. And we do have the mana to drop our Darius after this. Could drop him already so we could attack as well in the next attack, which honestly probably wouldn't be too bad. Sure.
My orders. They will bleed for Noxus.
I don't miss.
You are mine.
All right, let's drop this here. And this should be pretty close. Yep, GG.
Like my name.
Saving one PNZ for Seraphine. Get my golden reliquary. If I get living weapon, I'm gonna cry. I think living weapon is fine. It is probably on the lower end as far as epics, but it's not like it's bad. But living weapon is broken. Such good relic. Just got living weapon last relic. Let's go for the assessor. Draw an ally with 5 more power. Burst speed. We didn't get. Okay, yeah, that's what we got. Rocket Barrage could do decent damage. Who are we going up against? Lissandra. Sure, I guess we can go for damage. And yeah, we're kind of fine with our cards. Let's go ahead and go here.
Last, my time is at hand.
Let's get rid of Grenadier because we know we're gonna draw him. And we're gonna pass. We want them to play something. That is a very large unit. Let's go ahead and drop Ezreal. All right, so Ezreal's gonna die. That'll be sad, but at least it's kind of cleansing. What is it called? Trundle. So Trundle's not as massive anymore. We could drop Ezreal again. I think let's play this here though, because it'll give us a lot of units and give it our champion draw.
Is this the death you imagined?
I guess, yeah, him damaging him doesn't really matter unless we're actually killing him. So this is just under what we need to get our rally, which is actually good because then we can drop our Darius to get our rally.
It's always hail to the king.
So let's go for Darius.
Mine is the hand of Noxus.
That figures. Let's go for this right here to at least kill him.
I will remind the world of true power.
So this scout attack won't really matter because we won't have anyone be able to do the damage. But I mean, trying to kill it. Actually, we can't kill that unit. They would kill us. That's kind of funny.
I'll cut them apart.
And yeah, the unit we're going to generate is going to die, which isn't really great. I mean, the good thing is her Ice Shard should be damaging her units as well.
Face me.
Let's
You are mine.
go ahead and try to damage these units, but actually they don't. Right, they don't have Formidable. So damaging them kind of doesn't actually reduce down their power at all. Oh well, let's just go ahead and try to get as much damage down as we can. Because all that power is going into our other units. And sure, let's go ahead and play this. So he would capture one of their units, but the Ice Shard would immediately kill him, so that's not as helpful. True Shot. You can try to reduce them down a bit. It will get our tentacle going. Well, let's try to drop the Assessor. Alright, Bloody Business will actually be able to do a decent amount of damage. The Ice Shard is a little scary, though. Sure, let's drop this one. She doesn't have her other effect, right? No. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait.
So I would like to use the Bloody Business, but if I do, their Ice Shard is going to kill our units, which I feel like is pretty terrible.
This will be quick. Come here, darling.
Let's try to go right here and see if they use the Ice Shard.
Let's see what you can do.
Oof. Yeah, let's see what they do. Alright, they didn't pull it out. Sad. Let's hit these and just try to reduce them down a bit.
Fuse his leg. Victory at any cost.
Oh. That could be a little bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and attack like this, get our rally going. High chance we get either entombed or hit with frostbite or something. Hey, look, an entomb. So that unit is going to just absolutely annihilate us, but I don't think there's anything we can do because we can't even really capture it, unfortunately. We need to kill these units that have power. Because otherwise, we can't capture their Watcher. And we really need to capture their Watcher. Alright, so let's drop this right here. Now we have Trundle. Perfect. We could kill them, but these also are vulnerable. We need to save our Ezreal for trying to capture this, which we might be able to do next round. Sure, let's drop Thorn of the Rose.
Sharper the thorns.
2 mana. Wouldn't it be bad to just flat out kill like that unit? This one doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and attack and get as much damage down as we can. Oh, we got a rally. I mean, that's handy. Although any of these will be able to block and kill us. Which kind of means it doesn't matter. Although attacking does give us another unit. So let's just sacrifice the tentacle.
Nothing's tougher than a troll.
And we now have 10 out of 10 cards, which is bad, because there's these decimates. There goes our Darius. So we could capture the Watcher. Although, actually, the Watcher's permanently stunned. So if it's stunned, we don't really need to deal with it. Granted, we need to stun the Trundle, because he's going to wreck us. So let's stun him as well.
Enough of you.
I'm worried about dropping Ezreal. I think let's drop this one right here. I suppose we're going to get our Darius back. Alright, so this is already going to kill most of our units, meaning we could fizzle all of these attacks. And it is going to reduce them down as well. Sure, let's drop this here to try to kill someone. So we're going to try to drop Ezreal, because he's a very big unit.
I'm so good, I surprised myself.
And then we're going to have our Darius. We're going to attack with both of them and hopefully end.
One shot, all kill.
Alright, GG. See ya, Tora. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Alright, we actually were able to come away with the win there, which isn't terrible, because that was actually a pretty rough build. And this is a very high-end challenge, and Lissandra is a pretty good counter to Darius. But yeah, I don't really think that the Kale Relic is worth utilizing on Darius. So I do think this is a relic that's probably only really good on her. Other people's not really worth equipping. And this build in general just isn't the best. It's better to try to have either some cost reductions for Darius, so you can try to drop him earlier, or just go for a much more like scaling or passive build with him. We try to maybe get some extra mana for like Starforged. There's a lot of better builds for Darius. I don't think that's, especially the Kale Relic, is worth using. GG, imagine if using a real build. Yeah, pretty much. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Also, if you want to check out our Twitch stream, Discord channel, or the main YouTube channel, links to all that are down below. Thank you again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.